Alright, I got a couple pieces soaking in our baking soda solution to neutralize the acid that's in this black bucket over here. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out, rinse them off, and see what they've turned out like, shall we? Nice piece of quartz. Oop. Fancy red chunk of, I don't know yet. Heavy on iron. That's the red. Oh, another big chunk of quartz. That cleaned up nicely. Get that stuff all cleared up. All this quartz. I'm going to look for trace signs of gold in the quartz. And if I find some, I'm going to go get a whole bunch more of this stuff and bring it back and put it in a campfire and then drop it in cold water and it'll shatter. And then I can pound it out. Once it's been baked and ran through cold water, it sends millions of tiny fractures through it. It makes it extremely easy to crush it and turn it into a powder. Oh, this is a nice agate right here. Yep, this is the one that's got the holes on the side. Put those right there for a second. Look at those botryoidal bubbles in there. Not a bad chunk of agate right there. I know I got some really nice... Oh, another agate. Some really nice apple green jade in here. And I don't know if you guys are familiar. Oh, here's that other chunk of botryoidal stuff. Strange science. I think that might be coral. I might have to cut that open and see what it looks like on the inside. Because I think that might be coral. The pink agate. This is Sweetwater agate. See them pinks? That's what's called Sweetwater agate. Got quite a bit of material in here. Bloop! Good thing that was the baking soda stuff and not the acid. Splashing acid everywhere. What are you thinking, Marcus? Another chunk of quartz. I've been collecting a lot of quartz lately because I want to see if any of it's got trace particles of gold. If it's got trace particles of gold, like I said, then I'm going to be cooking it all on the fire, dropping it in cold water, and then pulverizing it and extracting all the gold out of it. Something is stuck down there. Another big chunk of quartz. Some good iron sulfides in that quartz. Promising that it might actually have some gold in it. Ugh. What did I drop it? Oh, I know what it is. That's a big chunk. Ah, there's that green apple jade. See how bright and vibrant that green color is? That's what you call green apple jade. Very, very sought after, highly collectible, very valuable. Green apple jade. Ooh. If I can hold on to stuff with these tongs. That's what felt like it was stuck down there. There should be another piece of that jade in here. Oh, there's another chunk of quartz. Lots of quartz. Like I said, I'm looking for gold with the quartz. I know one of my viewers, Darian, was asking me about gold. Another piece of that fine apple green Wyoming jade. That stuff's very, very sought after. Is that it? Nope. This guy. That is an I don't know. I don't know. I felt the need to bring it home with me. Another piece of jade. This isn't nearly as nice as that other apple green jade is. Is that it? Yep, I think that's it. Okay, then let's come over here because I wanted to drop something down into that acid and see what happens to it. Where did I set that piece at that I was going to drop down in there? Over there. This is calcite. Now, the acid will eat the calcite rather quickly. So let's drop this down in there. This will start to bubble and fizzle and go crazy because of the calcite. That's the acid eating at the calcite, and the calcite releasing carbon dioxide gas. Be careful if you try to do this stuff at home, because carbon dioxide gas will unalive you. So be careful with this stuff. We'll let that cook in there for a little while. I got a couple pieces of Turritella in there too that I'm going to try to pull all the impurities out of. And then go through the cycle. From the acid bath to the baking soda bath to plain water. Let's come back over here. That stuff, I might have to take that down to one of the shops downtown. Somebody will buy that in a heartbeat. That piece I'm not so sure about. That's kind of ugly and questionable. That I'm going to cut down into a pendant. That's another big piece of Wyoming green apple jade. That's some good stuff. I need to find more of that. That's big money right there. Another piece of quartz. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I've got a big block of it over there. It is heavier than sin. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. I just know it's heavy. Heavy, heavy. Alright. Let those dry out. Got rocks and acid and saws and buckets of rocks and more rocks and the life of a rock hound. Alright guys, I'm going to see what I can start on next.